Welcome to another edition of Warrior Weekly here from the finished Hall of Fame. Travis, it's looking pretty good here, and it's nice to see everything, all the trophies here behind us.
Yeah, it turned out exceptional, and we're really excited to have it. We had the dedication last Friday, and one of the great things that Larry said was we can never forget our history, and now we have a place for it, digital kiosk that will have a history button that has every program we've ever had. So it's an exceptional facility, and then of course you had the Hall of Fame in there and the 122 members.
Warrior football didn't fare quite as good as we'd hoped for this past homecoming weekend, as they were defeated by a very good Augustana team 17-0, who now has jumped to 11th in the nation. Travis, just a very tough ball game against a good ball club.
Well, yeah, Augustana's a great team. You can't take anything away from them. Although I didn't think we played our best, but still a tremendous team. And as you said, they're climbed high in the rankings. Third down conversions really hurt Winona State, and a couple of blocked field goals. A stop at the goal line that Augustana had against us. I mean, those are things that can change the momentum of a game and might give you a chance to be in it at the end and win one.
Evan Haber had one of his worst games of his career. He still passed for 133 yards, but did break that 6-game streak of multiple touchdown games, and kind of struggled all day, but a very good defense in Augustana. Warriors now 4-3 overall, 3-3 in the NSIC, and travel up to Concordia St. Paul to take on the Golden Bears, another very tough matchup in the NSIC South.
Absolutely. A big one, I think, in my opinion. I think if the Warriors win out this season, it's still an opportunity to make NCAA playoffs or a mineral water game. So there's a lot at stake left in this season, and Seafoam Stadium is going to be rocking up there at Concordia. Great chance for our alumni base to get out and see the team. So I think there is a lot of exciting things still to happen with this football team this year.
Yeah, you do look at the 3 losses, and they're all against ranked opponents now: St. Cloud, UMD, and obviously Augustana. You can watch that live via the web stream on WinonaStateWarriors.com this weekend. That game started, set for 6 p.m. start up there at Seafoam Stadium. Travis soccer team continued their dominance on the defensive side of the ball, defeated Northern State 2-0 on Friday, and took it, a very tough defensive match against the U of Mary. Their 6th consecutive shutout for Annabelle Pedio in that defense.
Yeah, she's playing at a high level. She's, we talk about it every week. She's one of the best goaltenders in the country, and you would like to see a little bit more offense, but we talked about it last week. Coach Omar's teams continue to get better as the season progresses. They've got a great opportunity at home this weekend to win a couple of games and be in first place. And then you're talking, hosting a conference tournament and shuffling for regional rankings. But, this team will take it one game at a time, as they always do, and a great opportunity to be at home this weekend. So.
Warriors are now 7-1-1 in the NSIC, 10-3-1 overall on the season, as they continue kind of in the midway point of their season. Not that many games left, so hopefully they can continue on their winning streak. Volleyball faced a very good UMD, but took advantage of a weaker Bemidji State team this weekend, beating Bemidji 3-0, and then losing to the #1 ranked team in the nation, the UMD Bulldogs.
Well, I look at it as a successful road trip. You talk about any weekend when you're going in to play the #1 team in the nation. That's always difficult, but a great win up at Bemidji. And you just look at the strength of this league. It's so hard for a young team to get on a roll, get moving in the right direction, because night in and night out you could be playing a team in the top 10. So I thought it was a great effort, and Shannon McGowan, again, leading the defensive charge, had a great couple of matches in terms of digs, and Kathy Loaf continues to play at a high level, as well as Peterson.
Yeah, very good effort there defensively. McGowan with 18 digs against Bemidji State on Friday night alone. Moving on to cross country, they recorded one of their best finishes in history for the women's, the 6th best in the history of the cross country program, out there at the Tori Neubauer and the Jim Drews tournament there in West Salem, Wisconsin. And the usual names that we hear every weekend: Travis, Kayla Goodmunson, and Brian Lindquist pacing either team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're running at a high level, but outstanding for the women, 6th best finish in Warrior history. You talk about Hall of Fame, you talk about athletic history. Those are things that are going to be going in to these new kiosks, and great to see out of this year's team. Really, I think, an exciting finish here for cross country.
Kayla Goodmunson paced the Warrior women's cross-country team as they placed 16th out of 27. Men placed 23rd out of 28, once again led by Brian Lindquist, who ran just over 26 minutes on that night. Travis, now shifting gears to basketball. I know it's a little early to talk about it, but the preseason rankings are out. The Warriors received 10 first-place votes of the possible 14, and you know, Coach Mike Leaf, you know him very well, that preseason rankings to him don't matter that much.
Yeah, I'd say you just assume not see him out there, but you know, really, it's never too early to talk basketball, in my opinion. And men's and women's practice got started last Friday, and so I think a really exciting season for both. But yeah, as you mentioned it, Warriors picked first in the coaches poll for the men's, and I think a great season. You know, it's again a conference that's so difficult. I mean, you've got to come to play every night. That's why I think you look at Coach Leaf and he says those rankings don't matter. It's going to, you know, what will happen in December and January and February is really what's going to determine the season.
And, I mean, you look at the depth this season, they've had some very, very good teams. You were on a couple of those, Travis, and now they bring in guys like Anthony Tucker and Caleb Palkert to this already very deep Winona State squad, and it's pretty obvious why they were ranked number one in the NSIC preseason.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's well-deserved, and now it's time to go prove it on the court. But they're working hard, stopped in at practice last week, and really thought they've had some great practices, and both the men and the women will have some inter-squad scrimmages this Saturday, so you know, a chance for fans to come out and see the preview of the team.
Well, don't forget to mark down 3 dates on your calendar for the basketball schedule. They get underway on November 3rd here at McCown Gymnasium against the Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Golds. Then they travel up to St. Paul, Minnesota to take on the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers at the barn. Make sure you come up there for that one and get their season underway on the 13th, taking on St. Mary's here in McCown Gymnasium to start off the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a great start to the season. We do have tickets for sale on WinonaStateWarriors.com for that game up at the U of M, $15, and if you get it at the door, it's $35. So we've partnered with the Alumni Society on campus to buy a bulk set of tickets.
A lot of good things happening here on campus, and a lot of good things to come here for Warrior Athletics. That'll do it for this week's edition. We'll see you next week.